are so many books about Christmas, and the only thing better than the magic of reading is the magic of not reading.
Santa doesn't need your help. The workshop was busy. The tension was mounting, 'cause Christmas was coming, just 2 days and counting. All the toys had been built, almost ready to go. Soon those presents would travel through rain, sleet, or snow. Now all that was left was the final gift wrapping, when something surprising and wonderful happened. A chopper flew in with an entrance so grand. And out came a world-famous K-pop boy band. The boys had an idea that was met with applause. This year, they could step in to replace Santa Claus.
We'll go out tomorrow with sleigh and reindeer, deliver the presents, save Christmas this year.
The elves shouted, "Hooray!" and they high-fived a lot. Yes, the workshop was happy, but Santa was not. It happens like clockwork on Santa's big day. They wear his red hat, push him out of the way. They come from all over. They travel up north. They take Santa's place on December 24th, grab his presents and sled, and then quickly they leave to pretend they were Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. Yes, Christmas gets saved by someone each December. Far too many Santas, too many to remember. Now St. Nick sensed a pattern he could not ignore. Do people think I can't do my job anymore? I don't need your help. Santa got mad and yelly. His gut shook like a bowl full of furious jelly. Santa sent the band home, their heads bowed, feeling humble. Then he turned to the elves and groaned a grumpy grumble. I don't tell you how to work, he started to say. Truth is, he micromanaged the elves every day. Bah, I'm going to bed, he stormed off with a frown. Not because I'm too old. I just want to lie down. But lying in bed, Santa could not escape the feeling that he'd made an awful mistake. Was he getting too old? Was it time to retire? He dozed off while counting the flames in the fire. And when Christmas Eve came, he was ready to go. But a few minor things made him move a bit slow. His eyeballs felt dizzy, his gallbladder ached, his tongue felt like 5 pounds of moldy fruitcake. Both his earlobes felt bloated, his shoulders were tight. His pancreas somehow just didn't feel right. There were cramps in his knees, his buttocks were clenched. He had pains in his beard and his armpits were drenched. His throat had a tickle, all the aches were non-stop. When he moved his elbow, it went snap, crackle, pop. His feet felt too hot, and his vision was blurry. No big deal, grinned St. Nick. There's no reason to worry. It's probably nerves. Yes, I'm sure this will pass. Might be something I ate, or maybe just gas. I won't even mention it. They'll only worry. Besides, it's Christmas Eve, and I'd better hurry. There's just a few hours to accomplish my vow. I've got to get going, and I've got to go now. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Cupid, on Comet. I must show the whole world that Santa still got it. Just outside of Paris, Santa got excited. The flame was rekindled. The old spark ignited. He soared over houses and raced over streets. Santa got his groove back, not losing a beat. The sweetness of cookies, the fresh scent of trees. Ah, the magic of moonlight. What a fine Christmas Eve. Giving out all those presents to good girls and good boys. Games, dolls, and drum kits. Bikes, balls, and toys. But then, a disaster you might not believe struck poor old St. Nick on the streets of Belize. By the north side of Main Street, just west of Broadway. Santa could have sworn that was where he parked the sleigh. Maybe it was stolen. Could be it was thieves. Could be there's a tow truck working late on Christmas Eve. Santa made excuses, even blamed things on an elf.
Jingles.
The only one he didn't fault was Santa Claus himself.
Hey, boss.
Blitzen yelled.
Over here, you okay?
They were across the street. They must have run away. Hence, Christmas Eve continued without another hitch, till they got to Denver, where there was a minor glitch. Little Lucy Rogers, age 7, almost 8, wanted to see Santa, so she stayed up late. What she saw surprised her. She thought it was a gag, a droopy old Saint Nick who couldn't even lift his bag.
Santa, do you need help? That probably weighs a lot.
No, I don't need your help. I certainly do not. I am not an invalid. Can't you all understand? Santa doesn't need your help. Let me be a man. Then he kept on struggling and didn't say goodbye. Careful not to swear with a child so close by. Stumbling, fumbling, grumbling, and a bit of grieving, finally he had it. At last he was leaving. After that big failure, Santa felt defeated. Still, he would not admit that any help was needed. Santa picked up the pace with 3 hours remaining. Still, the setbacks increased, embarrassing and draining. He stubbed his little toe. Ow! He banged his big old head. Fell down in a hallway, almost crushed a dog named Fred. He woke a sleeping baby, knocked over some plants. He farted in a fireplace and almost pooped his pants. He suffered several detours, which took a bit of time. In total, Santa stopped to pee 47 times. Finally came Portland. 'Twas the worst stop, no doubt. He went into a chimney, but then could not get out. Trapped in a brick prison, anxious to his core. This never had happened to old St. Nick before. 40 minutes, now lost, it rattled Santa Claus. Alone with his thoughts in this unexpected pause. He looked back on his life and contemplated death. Finally, he calmed down and focused on his breath. He found it oddly peaceful and even somewhat strange. But if I get out of this, I promise things will change. Santa felt his years now and let out a big sigh. He acknowledged his age and had a real good cry. He'd refused any help to avoid looking weak. And that was a mistake, 'cause now I'm up the creek. Through a river of tears he cried, "Christmas is ruined, because I was too proud. This was all my doing." But those tears soaked the bricks, helping Santa's descent. And the next thing he knew, down the chimney he went. To the floor with a splash. Now released from confinement, he was free to get on with his Christmas assignment. That's when Santa realized, as he let out a yelp, it's okay to get old. It's okay to get help. Santa called for backup, and they took to the skies.
We got you, Santa. We got your back.
Those last presents delivered just before sunrise. Oh, Merry Christmas! Once the job was finished, the last gifting performed, Mr. Claus traveled home, a little bit transformed. He had learned a lesson. Here's the moral condensed. The greatest gift of all may be self-acceptance. So please, be kind to Santa and show some empathy if you get the wrong gift underneath your Christmas tree. The end.
Santa Doesn't Need Your Help is available wherever books are sold. Go to joedator.com/Santa.